And we're recording. I hope that works. I've never done a recording. So I do, again, want to say thank you guys for joining us live on the Zoom. I know it's a big thing to jump on one of these things. I know personally that I think, oh, another live or another Zoom, and it's a lot to take out of our personal lives to get on it. So I really appreciate you jumping on. But I did want to talk about this new concept that we want to give a test run to, and that's what we're going to do with the lacquer strips. We're going to give it a test run, and if it works, if it's something that you enjoy and want to keep doing, we can do it monthly. Right now I've got the sort of scripts and ideas for lacquer strips and sticks, but it's something that we can put into our businesses for all of the products that we use, which is really exciting. So I'm going to give you a brief overview of how it works. Basically, we have 1 week to build up cold market leads, and then we're going to finish off that week. We might give ourselves a little bit longer, I'm thinking, for the first one, just so we can all get our heads around it. So maybe a week and a half, but I'll put a date into place tomorrow. And are you doing your hair, Trace? You look very stylish with your dye in. At the end of this, week and a half of just hitting our cold market, we're going to finish it with an online event. And this online event isn't a mega party. It's not made for your VIPs. It is purely for people that you have met in your cold market, to show them this event so they can learn more about the products. But it's not just that. It's, when people see other people loving something and having fun, they're more likely to get sort of sucked up into it, right? Like the excitement and the joy of a product. And that's what we really want to get from it. The social engagement and, seeing their peers and other people around them saying, hey, I'm just trying this for the first time and I love this product, will hopefully help other people feel the same way. Now, the 1 week or week and a half that we are looking into cold market leads, please don't feel, because it really is the training based around buy, sell pages. Okay, we've put in other ways of doing it, not a lot, but obviously for social media, promoting your business page, and that is something, if you're interested in doing, please message me and I can speak to you one-on-one about how to do that and how to do it a cheap way as well. Like, I really feel when you're advertising your business page and doing paid ads, it should not be costing you a fortune. And if it is, you're doing it wrong. Like, it really should be a lower price. So, doing markets and all that kind of thing are great to find cold market leads, but we've got a short time frame. We've got a week and a half. If you've got an event happening in that time, fantastic. You can definitely invite them to the event. But I'm going to be really blunt. Facebook is a perfect way to find new leads. And if you're not doing it, you're missing out. Now, I saw Tracy comment the other day, and we talked about it before. Tracy started posting on these groups, and she herself said she had to change her mindset about the way she thought it was going to happen. And, I'll let Tracy talk more about that later herself, if she's up for it, if she's not having to wash out her color. But if you do an ad or a post, often you'll get no one respond. Sometimes you'll get 5 or 10, and sometimes something can just click in magical Facebook universe and you'll have 1,000 people respond. I did a test post. I did a local Gimpy page that I'm in, and I had about 20 people want a lacquer strip sample, which is fantastic, because not only do they want to try the sample, they're local to me as well, which is really cool. Facebook, lots of people don't like it. People don't like to feel that they're being pushy. They don't like to be spammy and all of those things that are associated with posting. But what I found was, especially with samples posts, and I saw Lisa sort of shaking her head a little bit, so I wonder if it's at me or the kids. No, I think it's the kids. It's all right. And I can understand that. I understand that 100%. We all run our businesses without wanting to be spammy. But the principle of a lot of these groups are for you to advertise your business or products that you have for sale, especially because we're not out there pushing a product for sale. We're wanting to give something away for free that people enjoy. So when I put my sample posts out, especially for lacquer strips, I've only had a very positive response because, you know, maybe people just want something for free, which happens a lot too, don't get me wrong. But it's a great thing to do. You're giving something that they'll enjoy and everything that goes with it. It's free to advertise on Facebook, and you're basically sitting at home like me, no bra, in your bed, posting on Facebook. It's easy, okay? It's easy, right? So try and put all of those things beside you. Don't worry about how it might make you feel, because we can work through that together. I'm just asking you to give it a go with me this once, and if you hate it and it doesn't work for you, you can say, I told you so, I'm never doing that again, don't like it. And I'll be like, okay, no worries, I will run naked down the street and say sorry. But I would love it if you gave this a go with me, because I have seen another team do this and their businesses are they've taken a full turn, and I want to see that for you guys. I want to see that for my business as well, and I think we need to give it an opportunity and give it a chance. So that's why we're using Facebook as a platform. You know, often, you know, I did just touch on it that some people do just respond to those things because they want something for free, right? So how do we work around that? Well, we're still going to give them a sample, but we're going to follow a very, not strict, but a really quite in-depth guideline on how to follow up with people as well. So we're offering them a sample. They're going to say, yes, please, that'd be great. You give them, you get their address, and then straight away we're going to say, and I know this is a little bit different to the training I posted last night. It says wait till they receive the sample, but we're actually going to do it straight away. Due to such an overwhelming response of people wanting to try these samples, what we've done is created a training group, or we might give it a different name, a training group, where you can come in, learn about the lacquer strips, how to apply them, and check out some beautiful photos. Would you be interested in doing that? So from this other group that I was talking to that have done it, 99% of people said yes, please, to joining this event. We're not adding them to our VIP groups yet. We're just wanting to add them to this event. So the event will be set up sooner than later, because then at least you can add them into the event and we don't sort of lose them, and we can keep a little bit of excitement going while they're waiting for the event to start. And with the follow-up, it does put everything into place. Finding out when they've received the sample, going back if they haven't replied, if they haven't tried it yet, going back, because I think you've all seen that amazing follow-up document that says, you know, most sales are made on the 7th or 8th or 20th follow-up. And it's true, not that I'm asking you to go back 20 times, but we'll have a guideline and it's very easy. And basically you're just following up, just me again, just checking if you've applied those lacquer strips, because that's your sample. You paid for that. You want to get your money's worth out of it. And that doesn't mean that someone makes a purchase, that they're at least going to hold up their end of the bargain and put the lacquer strip on and take a photo for you. And then we're also going to make some really strong conversations with them as well about booking a party or making a purchase. Now, the whole point of having this lacquer strip event as a group thing, you know, I've talked a little bit about it, but it's about social awareness and having people around us, having a third-party tool. So, you know, you not being the expert as well, but I'm going to ask you guys to help me. It is a team event. I have a script that we can follow, but I would love it if you did some of that posting with me. It might just be one post in the whole event that you'd like to take part in, but we want to see the people trying these lacquer strips, that we're working as a team as well, because teams have fun. We do things together. Who knows? They might see it as a really good business opportunity as well. But I do have, you know, more verbiage to come that we can share. Oh no, he's gone away. Okay, that we can share with each other. So you don't feel left in the dark. Like, what do I say now? How do I invite them to the group? If you don't feel confident in those things, that's what we want to be able to help you with. So you're saying the right things. Not that I always know what the right thing is, but so you have that, you have those tools. Pardon me, in the training I posted up last night, it does show how you can find groups, checking out the rules of the group first and where to go from there. I've also got to get up tomorrow before work is just a really basic Excel sheet on, pardon me, how you can track your leads, have their name down, write down who you spoke to, where you found them, what conversations you've had, and then check boxes about following up with them. So I often have kept things in 1,000 different books, or I just scroll through my messenger trying to find people again. It really doesn't work. And I'm really hoping that each of us can add at least 20 people into this group each, or your own goal, and whichever goal you want to work towards, that's fine as well. You do need to have lacquer strip samples. If you don't have the accent duos, a lot of the girls are just breaking down lacquer strip sheets. If you have zero but are really, really keen on doing this first one with me, please message me and I will see what I can do. I probably only have like 1 or 2 packets of lacquer strips and a handful of duos that I'm going to need, but I'm sure we can try to work something out. I'll do something. We'll figure it out, because I want to be able to get you guys now and jumping on board with this straight away. And if it does work and you're not up to doing it right now, we will be doing this again if it works. And we will be doing it for sticks and trying it with different products as well. So I've rabbited on enough for now. Feel free to unmute. And this is just a Q&A style. However you want to ask your questions, please do. And hopefully you've thought of some so we don't sit in here in silence. I knew that would happen.
I will chat because, I like that. But I just want to explain about what Nikki said before and my mindset about buy, sell and swap pages, because I have for now nearly 2 years been under the assumption that I post away and then I sit and I refresh, trying to find these people that are going to madly comment on my posts, and it just doesn't actually necessarily happen that way. Like, I got a handful and it was like, is that it? And they wanted the freebies and all that sort of stuff. And it was probably only when we started launching in Ireland that I posted on the buy, sell and swap pages there, and I did that. I sat and refreshed madly, expecting 1,000 people to comment, and it was like, why am I doing that to myself? And it was then, and another girl in our group did the same thing, and I was like, why are we doing this to ourselves? It's not healthy at all. It actually was really quite disheartening that people were not commenting. Why are they not seeing the value in this awesome opportunity? But it was then I decided that everything that everyone had actually been saying the whole time was true, that you just post, and if it happens, it happens. Like, there's nothing else you can do about that. So my new mantra with buy, sell and swap pages is post and forget. And I actually decided, and Nikki's advice to me was about boosting my posts. So I did boost a few posts, and I actually boost to Instagram as well. And most of my likes are actually coming from Instagram. I'm new to Instagram, and so my likes are generally just my friends and Vibe Tribe people. But now that I've been posting some, I'm actually getting new followers that are legit followers as well, and my likes are going like to 50 to 60 people as well for some of them. And so it's been a real, you can believe that you should post and then what happens, but until you actually truly believe that, then it is probably a hard journey to follow, really. Does that make sense?
Does, Tracy. Thank you for sharing.
That's all right.
I think it does though, because sometimes you can post in a buy sell swap page and you'll have like 20 people comment on it straight away, and other times you can have it there for a couple of weeks and then all of a sudden people will start commenting on it. It's really weird.
It is weird, I agree. And it just seems so random, doesn't it, Emma, when and where and why people are posting.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's the time of day as well. Everything takes into effect. Is someone around at that time of day? Are people at work? What's happening with their kids? Who's seeing the post? Who's Facebook hiding the posts from? We really can't see the full picture with everything. And it is trial and error. It's just posting and seeing how you go and forgetting about it. I liked how you said that. Like, it's post and forget. And if it happens and goes off, fantastic. But don't sit there thinking, have they posted yet? Refresh.
It's so bad.
Yeah, that's pretty soul destroying. I wouldn't recommend doing that.
It is soul destroying. It really is.
But I put off.
Sorry.
No, you go. Sorry. Oh, who was it?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, Devanshi. Yeah, Nikki, I've also seen that late night post sometimes has worked. Like, around, I think after 10, I think sometimes I've seen that if you post during that time, you will definitely see some responses. And the other thing, I think what I tried and worked was on the Facebook business page, boosting your post. So through that, I got kind of great interest too.
Yeah.
So that helped too. But yeah, my question was actually, you thinking to do a team event, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have a date or anything in mind? Like how long do we have to get the customers or, add them in that event?
So I'm thinking that we're going to have about a week and a half. It was going to be a week, but I think because it's new and we're still learning and we want to take our time to make sure that we get off on the right foot, about a week and a half, and I'll put a date in place tomorrow for the event to start, and it'll go for about 3 days. I'm thinking that I'll open the event earlier though, so that way you don't have to keep saying, oh, the event doesn't start till next week. I'll add you then. I want you to be able to say, I've got this event going. It's starting in 7 days. I'd love to add you now though, so then you can have a little look around and enjoy a game or two while we wait. Something like that. So while it won't start for a week and a half, we're going to open it up early so we can start adding people early.
So before we add, do we wait till to post on the groups, the BSS groups, before you make the event, or we'll just start doing it?
Just start posting.
Tell them that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just start posting.
And the verbiage is in units, right? I think, because I just vaguely had a look yesterday. You have done the units of
the training is in the unit section if you haven't seen it. I have been using units a lot. If you don't notice them, they do post it to the wall, but if you click on your phone it works, and on your computer or whatever, you can click the units button or learning button. It can be under both, I believe, and it's just a really good way. We used to put training in photo albums and whatnot. I just find this a really clean way to easily put up training that hopefully you can access.
Perfect. Thank you.
Can I just ask, those of you who are boosting your posts, like on Facebook, are you finding that after you've boosted the post, that the post after it, it doesn't get as much reach as what it has done in the past?
Yeah, from my experience, Lisa, that's what it has happened. You don't find that much interaction once the boost is completed.
Right.
Because I boost a lot of posts on my business page, yeah.
Okay, and so in order for you to reach that same sort of reach again, you then need to boost the next post. Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you have to pay again. Yep.
Okay, so as someone who hasn't boosted posts as of yet, am I better to not boost posts, or am I better to then and just...
My advice about boosting a post is be very specific about who you want. So everyone's got skin and everyone's got nails, but not everyone is our target market. And who you were targeting might be different to who I am targeting anyway. But if you're going to put, say, from like a 16-year-old to a 54-year-old or a 70-year-old, then you're not actually refining your target enough that your posts are going to work anyway. So my suggestion is to really narrow down your specific market, but also your area as well. So my first post that I boosted was actually in Ireland, and I've done a couple in there, and I've had people comment, message me. You can also choose whether or not you're wanting the post to get likes or to get messages as well. So there's a little bit more into it than just boosting, I suppose. So I've boosted about 5 in the last month and have actually got followers on my Instagram as opposed to just likes as well. So, I mean, and at any given time, it's only like $10, and it goes for 10 days or 8 days or whatever. So originally, though, you would get better performance out of your boosted posts than in, say, the last year. They have changed that a lot through the research and stuff that I've done. But for $10, if you're willing to give it a go for one, to trial and test and then see the outcome afterwards, it's probably, for me, it was worth a shot anyway.
Yeah. So Lisa,
Okay.
am I understanding what your question is though? So when you're saying, say you've got a business page, you've never boosted it, and say you usually get about 10 likes on a photo. If you then start boosting a post and it gets 50 or 60 likes, your next post that you don't boost, is it going to get less than what you used to get of 10 likes?
So I'm not necessarily talking about the likes. So on your business page. So
Oh, the
I've got a
reach,
business
sorry.
page. Yeah, so I was looking at, the reach as to how many people see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just wondering, because I had been told that if you boost a post, that you can expect your reach to drop after the post was boosted, as in like the next post that you post, it wouldn't be reaching as many as, obviously you boosted post. But like, I don't know whether I need to look into it further then, because every time it comes up on my feed as a boost that I could boost it, it's always about $40 or $50. Like, it never gives me anything like cheaper than that.
Yeah.
You can go in and
you can alter it, definitely. Yeah.
And they've got to be approved anyway by Facebook. So certainly I think they're looking at your posts and going, oh, let's give Lisa an amount. But I've only ever chosen like $10.
Yeah, I do $5 or $10, nothing else.
Yeah.
And
okay.
maybe I should have a look at it. I don't feel that, my reach went down after I started boosting posts, but it was a while, it was honestly a long time ago. So I couldn't honestly say if it did or not. But I feel the reach sometimes on business pages is so low anyway. Like, I don't know about yours, but my reach was always really low. And I would only boost posts on a rare occasion. I wouldn't do it all the time. I would only do it for really important things where I wanted to get my message out across to as many people as I could. Because Facebook, Facebook makes money out of business pages, and they don't give us a good reach if we're not paying for it, because that's they're trying to build a business there.
So my reach from boosting posts has got over 1,000 according to Facebook, and my business page in no way, shape or form ever gets that much reach anyway. But when I don't boost, it hasn't dropped below the boost, like below my line previously, if that makes sense. Yeah. And Facebook does have a bit of a thing. I just put my hand in my head. Some of us share posts that other people have shared, right? So that is cool. But if it didn't do good originally, it's not going to do any better when you share it. So if I share something that only had 5 likes by the original poster, when I share it, Facebook is not going to show that very much. So if you're going to boost your own post, boost one that has the most interaction and most likes that you already get, and then you'll have a better chance of it doing well when you boost it.
And let's use that to go on. Okay, so if you're posting in buy and sell pages as well, if something's not working for you, stop using it and try something different. Try posts that you've used on your groups for samples that have had good responses. So that was a great tip there, Trace. Like, use things that have had good interaction before. Use things like emojis because they catch the eye. I don't know about you, but I lie in bed with my phone and I scroll. Sorry, it says we're going to end in 10 minutes, so just a little clock's popped up. I scroll lying, and I'll just scroll, and something will catch my eye. I don't know why. Something will catch my eye. And think about when you're looking through Facebook. Sure, you don't scroll through Facebook like I do, but think about what catches your eye. What do you stop for? And maybe when you're scrolling tonight, have, like, consciously when you're scrolling through, when you stop, pick why you stopped. Was it a really beautiful photo? Was it, you know, I know some of Tracy's tips in the past have been like gaps in between your wording, you know, not just having a big block of text, but breaking it up, you know, putting emojis in there, making it a bit eye-catching, making it different. You know, I have put up example things of what you can post in groups. But again, make it your own if you can. Add different emojis, change the wording around a little bit so it sounds like you, because you're going to have a conversation with this person. Hopefully they're going to become a customer or they're going to join our business in the future. You want to be yourself. But on the other hand, if you are so overwhelmed, just message me. We can come up with ideas. It's not difficult. And I have seen about 5,000 Jamboree girls post the same sample post on their personal profiles and still get a good response. So, you know, so many people still haven't tried these samples, and so many people still haven't heard about Jamboree. Or I got a lot when I did it in Gympie, and I thought, oh, no one will want them. Why am I posting it? And they're like, I said, have you tried lacquer strips before? And they said, oh, no, but I've tried Jamboree nail wraps. Are they similar? I said, well, this is actually Jamboree. Oh, I thought Jamboree went broke and wasn't around anymore. So that was one I heard a lot, which was great. It was good to get back, you know, Jamboree back out there. Hey, Deb, you're joining us late, but don't worry, I've recorded it, so you'll be able to catch the replay as well. But thank you for joining in. Does anyone have any more questions? Beautiful. So what I'll do is I will wrap up, then I will stop the recording, and then we can have a chin wag afterwards. That's not recorded, so we, you know, what happens in the Zoom stays in the Zoom. But thank you so much for listening to the Zoom, guys. Thanks for joining us live, and thank you so much for watching the replay. I really do appreciate it. As I said before, I would love you to take this step and do this with me. It's just something new that we can give a try together, and if it doesn't work, I will run down the street naked. But if it does work, think about what it can do for your businesses, and you know, that's something to celebrate and work together as a team. Thanks, guys. See you soon.